let's see what's in store for the 10th day of our western road trip to Yellowstone. Come with us for an early morning drive through the forest to Yellowstone's Upper Geyser Basin, where we take a stroll on the boardwalk. Then we'll head over to Bridge Bay Marina for a quick excursion on Yellowstone Lake. Finally, we'll make the long drive back to Grand Teton National Park to hike by String Lake before calling it a night at the Headwaters Campground. Just another day exploring with Small Planet Big World. We got up before sunrise, quickly got dressed, and hit the road for a peaceful hour-long drive back to Yellowstone's Upper Geyser Basin. I don't even mind that we've driven this stretch of road 5 times already on this trip. It's one of the most beautiful drives in North America. At this time, the air was filled with mist that started to glow as the sun came up over the horizon. Old Faithful geyser at 8 o'clock in the morning. We were trying to get here a little bit earlier than this, but it's fine. Still hardly anybody here compared to usual.
We're going to see more and more of the basin, right? Because the sun has to break up all this fog.
That's true. These seats are so wet. Our first order of business was to get coffee at the Old Faithful Inn. Once that was in hand, we wanted to see and hear Castle Geyser, one of our all-time favorites, before the main attractions started getting too crowded. Steam was everywhere, and we could hear the ground hissing and bubbling all around the boardwalk. I like this. It's cool.
There's this alleged rock. Also, you have no socks on.
But the sun is like right behind the steam. Do you see that?
Did you imagine it?
I want to get one of those very sensitive mics and get a cat on it, and maybe long. Mm-hmm. That's what we studied all of this stuff in our recording class.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be red. See? Is this water hot?
No, I think there's warm stuff flowing into it, but I don't think that in general the water is hot. We crossed the Firehole River to see Spasmodic Geyser and Sawmill Geyser. Something's happening over there. That's awesome.
Is this Upper Geyser Basin then?
Yes. And I think that Midway Geyser Basin is where the Grand Prismatic Spring.
Thank you for getting this for me.
Yay!
I was so happy. I was like, I want some coffee too.
Well, I was thinking of you, Bean. A trail along the road took us to the rest of the boardwalk where we could see grotto and giant geysers. I think we might have seen one of these erupting earlier from the trail. Finally, we walked to the famous Morning Glory pool before heading back to the car. When I first planned our trip to Yellowstone, I had included a guided tour boat on Yellowstone Lake. While we were driving into the park, I got a voicemail telling me that the boat tour was being canceled due to a maintenance issue. But as an alternative, we decided to rent a boat and take a little tour by ourselves. Hey, we're on a boat!
Yeah.
So we're in Yellowstone National Park where you can rent an outboard motorboat like this. I think it's $75 an hour, and you pay for the first hour, and then after that they prorate it by every 6 minutes, I think, 1/10 of an hour. Anyway, we're having fun. Just stopped a little bit. You had some chips. Whew. There's some swell out here on Lake Yellowstone. It is really beautiful, and it's fun to be here where there's like nobody else around us, so we can just chill.
Yeah, it's nice to be on the water.
Yeah. And there's Lake Yellowstone Hotel. Bridge Bay Marina is behind us, because that's where we came from. We're just idling forward right now. There's an island, it's called Stevenson Island out there. I'm using that island as a reference, as my boundary basically, but I'm not going to go near it because I don't want to hit the prop on any rocks. This lake seems to have some shallow spots near the shore. They made a really big point about telling us don't go near the shore. They showed us a bunch of broken and bent props, and I know all about that. Yeah,
under them. I love that.
At family reunion, we had a bent prop a number of years ago. What'd you say?
With the prices of each propeller, is there more damage?
Oh yeah, up to $750 liability.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So anyway, we're having fun. We're on a boat. We went to Upper Geyser Basin this morning and did a lot of video and stuff. And yeah, I was kind of worried that we wouldn't get a boat because they say first come, first serve, and a lot of times that means, you know, if you don't come early, you're out of luck. But we're in luck. We got it. And they had like 3 or 4 working boats. It seemed like I said, a lot of them were busted.
Ready,
That's pretty normal. All right, then we're gonna go around. I don't know what. We're just going around. It's not as fun as sailing. This isn't as fun as sailing.
How is sailing more fun?
Well, because sailing is like you've got an activity that you're doing. You know, you're like kind of trying to play with the weather, and
Oh yeah.
with this is just like a throttle. There's just a throttle here and a switch to start the engine. It's super simple, very very simple. But we can go. I don't know where that buoy is. See, it shows a little buoy for Stevenson Island.
Maybe it got popped.
Well, I don't want to get close enough to see it, I guess, either.
I guess. Oh, so we can't get that.
No, you can't go. She said, don't try to go between the island and the buoy. There's rocks there. You'll fuck up the rock.
Okay.
They'll have to come
so
out.
what kind of boat would we need to go over there?
Like a rowboat or something, but they don't have that. There's a boat. Oh. Yeah, see the rowboat out there. It's really close.
Oh, this feels so
There's a map on the floor that I'm... Yeah, I like the rolling, actually. Alright. It's all wind, I think. It's all swell caused by the wind out here. Probably got about, I don't know, 10 knots. Woo! Woo! Woo-hoo! Woo! Yeah! Oh, I'm turning around.
We're gonna go back already?
No, we're not going back. How far do you want to go?
Wait, you said 3:30.
So we could go out that way. That island is super pretty. Is there a campsite on that? But there is. You get the shuttle out there. It's like they drop you off on the island and then it's like you're kind of like imprisoned on the island until they get you.
That sounds fun though. That sounds kind of fun.
We're on Lake Yellowstone right now, in Yellowstone National Park, in a boat. We are. This island looks really cool.
Yeah, it does look really
It's like very inviting. I bet there's no real wildlife on that island. Like, how would anything get there? This lake is deep and cold, and I don't think it freezes, but I don't know. Maybe it does.
I think it does freeze a little bit. I think I saw pictures of it.
It freezes out to the island, and it could be anything up there. It could be a huge population of bears in like some kind of death match. What better way to follow a 2-hour boat ride than a 2-hour car ride? We drove all the way from Bridge Bay in Yellowstone to String Lake in Grand Teton. Wyoming is a very big state, and the fact that this little corner takes 2 hours to traverse is illustrative of that point. We retraced the route we took earlier, but now under full daylight. I know this kind of scenery isn't for everyone. Some people call this a tree tunnel, but I love it. When you look at a map, you can see how this forest stretches on, uninterrupted, for hundreds of miles. In fact, the region known as the Greater Yellowstone Ecosystem is over 34,000 square miles, and most of it is blanketed in forest. adapted to fire. The pine cones of the lodgepole pine are sealed shut with resin and only open to release seeds when exposed to fire. Driving through the park, we could see all the seedlings growing in recent burn areas. Over the years, I've seen parts of this forest burn down and grow back. The ashes nurture the saplings. The catastrophe of forest fire is the catalyst of rebirth. This area of Grand Teton National Park is our favorite. String Lake is more of a river than a lake, but this wide, shallow expanse of water has always been glassy smooth when we visited. We can wade out into the lake, and we've seen people walk all the way across. Beginning of this trip, we've seen several somewhat unsettling signs of bear activity. At the start of this trail was a sign warning hikers of grizzly bears in the area, and we saw what looked to me like bear poop, although I admit I'm not a bear poop connoisseur. Fortunately, there were other people around, and I felt pretty safe hiking through this forest. That was an amazing end to another amazing day. Back at our campsite, we tucked into a fire and waited for the stars. You about to max that?
I'm gonna try. Oh, wow.
I mean, it's terrific, right?